In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings. That's the most accurate Wayne June quote I could come up with for the intro to this episode. Guys, I'm back. I'm sorry about yesterday. If you are used to getting a lot of my uploads every day, I apologize. There was a mess up with my recording, which was awful. Basically, I recorded an entire Darkest Dungeon episode. Got to the very end, my computer said there was an issue, and then it just shut off the recording. Now, it shut off the recording at a pretty good time. I was kind of happy about it. I said, well, you know, that had to happen. At least it happened after I beat the Siren. So, it sucks, guys. I beat the Siren. I did the first Nightmare battle on our Shield Breaker. You know, got our first level 4 hero. We did a bunch of good stuff. A lot of good things happened in the episode. And I go to check the recording and it completely deleted it. It did not record it at all. It didn't save it either in my recording software, which normally does hold files extra, or in my captures. So I apologize, guys. I got screwed. So I didn't have time yesterday to continue recording or, you know, bring you a video again. But I do have time today. So, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. But basically, we did it, guys. We beat the Siren. Darkest Dungeon is not a game that I can save it, you know, make a bunch of progress. If something goes wrong, I can just be like, oh, well, no big deal. I'll just reload the save, which is something that I really appreciate about something like Battle Brothers, because that has happened to me several times, especially as I've learned to record and get better at recording. I made a lot of mistakes in the early portions of that where I needed to, you know, sometimes re-record an entire episode to make sure that you guys got the type of quality videos that I want to make. Granted, these aren't amazing quality videos, but they're, you know, they're par on the course for my abilities. So anyway, guys, with all that out of the way, this is the group we used. Something I mentioned in a previous episode actually came to pass, and it was hilarious, and I wish y'all had seen it. The Siren kept taking Xenophon, and Xenophon just kept using Inspiring Cry to heal her for 1, and we just wailed on her and beat the ever-loving crap out of her for the entire battle. Xenophon picked up, I mean, he has some amazing quirks right now. I was considering locking them in, but Fairweather Fighter is like 10 grand to lock in. It's an amazing, you know, quirk, but he's only got 2 of them right now, so the odds of him getting them pushed out are pretty low. And then so is Warrior of Light. So at the beginning of every dungeon, these 2 conditions are met. So he just has a static 30% damage increase at the beginning of each one. It's amazing. I've gone ahead and put Boisette into the treatment ward to remove a negative quirk. I think the one Slow Reflexes, the one that was making her slower, reducing her speed. And then I have Skibo in here getting rid of his scurvy. Yeah, so we're taking care of that. What else is going on? So, yeah, I mean, it was a fun fight, and I'm sorry you guys missed it, but what we can do is go into the Ancestors' Memoirs. And for those of you who have never seen that fight before, I don't want you to despair. You have to fight her 3 times. Each time you get a little bit more of the story, and I mean, obviously you're going to miss the first fight here, and that sucks. But we will fight her again 2 more times, and for now at least I can do you guys the courtesy of playing you the story tidbit. So let's listen to that together.
My lofty position wasn't always accompanied by the fear of office. And there was a time when I could walk the streets or raise a glass in the tavern without concern for molestation. Faithful as the tide, one precocious village waif made it her hobby to shadow my every errand. It was charming then, troublesome later.
Alright guys, and then you fight the Siren at the end of a long, very long, medium-length dungeon where I had to go both ways on like a very divergent path to figure it all out. It was a long episode. It was like 50 minutes of just this one dungeon. Yeah, so you get there and the implication is that the village waif who followed us around has somehow become the Siren. And what she does is she looks like this horrific monster here, but as she lures you, she turns into kind of this beautiful mermaid on the rocks type monster, and she pulls someone to her side to help her out. And one time she did it with Peche, and Peche wrecked, just absolutely critical rocked us with a huge pierce. With a huge piercing attack, and nearly one-shot Daryl. So, I mean, there were some rough moments, but the double inspiring cry had me like laughing. So it was fun. It was a fun fight. Once again, sorry to everyone. There's really nothing I can do if I ever lose a recording like that. But I will try to make it up to you today. We'll have a nice long episode, and there shouldn't be any more recording issues. I fixed the problems. It was basically a memory issue, and I deleted lots of stuff to make extra room to make sure that these recordings never happens again. Something good. Here we go. Stagecoach, guys. Boom. Double occultist. This one's level 1, so of course we're going to take him. Basnage. We don't have any... What does he have? Ooh, that's amazing. On guard is amazing. Fading sucks, but on guard is awesome. Okay, get in here, buddy. We're going to have to get rid of fading.
To fight the abyss, one must know it.
Yeah, you got to know the abyss. We need someone to name this guy. If you haven't named a character already, please do. Please name Basnage if you would like. Okay. We're not going to take the second one. I'm okay with having one for now. And he's a healer. For those of you who've never seen the occultists before, they have a heal called Weird Reconstruction. And it sometimes causes bleed. The higher level you get it, the lower chance that you're actually going to cause a bleed. But the heal is anywhere from 0 to 15. And I have to swear to you guys that I have seen more zeros come from a weird construction than any other reconstruction than any other number associated with this guy. And he's got these debuffs. We'll talk more about those later. This also marks a target and reduces their dodge. It's a pretty sweet ability, vulnerability hex. But I think the ones we're going to make most use of in the beginning are going to be the Sacrificial Stab, which lets him attack people. It does bonus damage versus Eldritch, so he's pretty good in the Cove, where most of those fish monsters are Eldritch. Also has an increased crit mod. You'll find him critting a lot with that ability. Abyssal Artillery, which does bonus damage versus Eldritch. Doesn't do a ton of damage, but it hits 2 enemies in the back line. Weird Reconstruction, which he can use from anywhere. He's very good at being shuffled as long as you have these 2 abilities attached to him. And then you also have the Demon's Pull, which pulls an enemy twice. It's very similar to the ones that the cultists, the females use to pull you and push you around with kind of Cthulhu tentacles. It also clears corpses, which sometimes is relevant, and it does do decent damage. So, yeah, there we go. They have some of the weirdest camping skills as well. It's better just to kind of get the mainline ones on them. It's almost like they're selfish. Reduce torchlight by 100. Plus 15 stress. Heal 1 companion, but get rid of mortality debuffs. These are just like always not worth it compared to some of the other ones. Unspeakable Commune. Yeah. Yeah, no thanks. Okay. Is there anything else I wanted to check out? I think we could afford probably to put Peche here and some sort of stress relief. I don't think we need to, because I don't see us using her twice within 2 weeks' time, which is about as much time as it takes to get her down to like a very low stress level. But who knows? So we'll put her there. Let's check out the items we picked up. So I already unequipped all trinkets. This is what we got for doing the dungeon for the Siren. Very cool Crusader only item, Holy Orders. We've talked about it before, but it'll go very well with other items that the Crusader has access to. What else did we pick up on that episode? A ton of junk that I wanted to sell, but this is probably the most important other thing, was the Venomous Vial, the shield breaker only item that you get from the Nightmares. So you get an item, a unique item for her after every Nightmare, which is why I actually look forward to them, because the items that they give you are amazing. This one gives you huge Blight skill chance, 30%. Lowers your Blight resist, but that's not super relevant. So it's almost just purely a buff to her. But once she gets her next one, I think is one that gives her huge protection at the cost of like nothing. So, or maybe is it HP? She gets like 2 of them that are just amazing for making her tanky, a tanky frontliner. And I look forward to getting those very soon. But I ended up picking up a ton of just kind of, honestly, like garbage stuff. This isn't bad. Plus 4 dodge, basically, is the most relevant part there. But like this blight and disease resist stuff, like we don't need this. We'll sell these. Make back some of the gold for some of the treatments that we're currently using. Yeah, we don't need sturdy boots. And I guess I'll hold on to the Drifter's Buckle for now until we get better stuff for our Highwaymen. And yeah, just like that, we're good to go. We'll pick out a party and see what we want to do. I did want to kill the Swine Prince today, but I don't want to get the Ancestors Vintage. It delays Curse Craving. That's not something we have an issue with, so this would be just a dead item in our inventory. One that we could sell, but not one that we need to. So I think we should take on something else today. Sunshine in the Thicket is nice as an event, but if we do this here, what it basically does is gives us a buff to fighting in the Weald, which I think we only get if we go straight to the Weald right after. And I don't want to do 2 Weald fights back to back. I'd rather just come over here and do this Cove fight, pick up this Worry Stone, get some more portraits, and get some easy levels, perhaps on our cultists. Use him as our healer, and just take a fun, unconventional group with us into the Cove. Man. He's not the best here. Let's bring in Brett. And Jacob, I want to say thanks, man, for writing an awesome story that had a lot of a lot of Brett stuff going on in it. It's pretty awesome. Nurgle would be good here. We could bring Thalonia. Thalonia. Yeah. My buddy told me the name that he was thinking of, Thelonious. There's a famous musician back in the day. His name was Thelonious Monk. He died, I think, in the 80s. And that's who he was referencing when he gave me the name. I thought he was just trolling me. Haven't heard that name in like a while. But I think we could bring her in here and try and get some money from this run. The Seekers. I did not know this had a name. That's awesome. So we have a named party. Very cool. I mean, this is not a weak party. It's got some weirdness going on, but it's not a weak party, that's for sure. And we have this random Demon's Cauldron, which gives stun chance and debuff chance and crit. But I don't think we're really using any of those. See, this is the stun here. I kind of want to use the stun, perhaps over the artillery. No, the artillery's too good. And the stun only works from the front 2 rows. No, we sadly can't make use of that. That's why I don't really like that torch, or the cauldron here. And we don't have any good like supplementary healing. Items is what I'm trying to say before my brain goes blank. We don't have any of the good items that kind of work for every class. We'll pick some up eventually. We could just... No, I don't like the increased stress. One of the big problems on the occultists is they induce a lot of stress. Let's, we don't have to worry too much about stress there. Let's do something like this. Yeah, this is just not worth bringing. It just really isn't. This gives him an extra 5 HP, I like that. And here we'll bring this. And we may actually leave some spots open. Just so that we have some extra slots in case we find items. We can just slip them in. Shouldn't be a very difficult run for us. Now let's go back into here. And check out, make sure we have good upgrades. So, man, this really doesn't make her that much stronger. It makes her a little faster, which is probably more relevant than the damage. And check out the new sensor she gets. He comes upgraded, which is wonderful. And do we need to worry about upgrading anyone's stuff? Blight is really effective in here. In the Cove, that is. Brett has no upgrades. So, the Abominations are one of the few characters where I just upgrade everything because you use everything. Beaten, branded, and imprisoned for untold decades, this furtive vagrant hides a terrible secret. The eldritch poison coursing through his veins has given him unspeakable power at a terrible cost. As his form changes, so too does his role in combat. So we'll buff him. Especially buffing Absolution. His human abilities, I would say, are more important to buff, depending on how you're going to use him. But I don't mind doing that at all. It's pretty cheap to make him significantly stronger. And I think with that, we're good to go. It's a medium length dungeon. And let's provision. And here we go, guys. This is the other thing you pick up from the nightmares that you have as the shield breakers, the Aegis scales. A mysterious scale from the distant wastes, fierce protection. I save these until the end of the game. I don't use these until I get to the darkest dungeon. It's the best place to use them. It's basically, if you remember, the shield breaker has an ability that gives her stacks of invulnerability, essentially, from physical attacks. That's what this does. It's an item that imbues that ability for one hit. And there are a finite resource, and I try and hold them until really scary boss. So we'll be holding on to these. We'll be picking up a lot more, I'm sure. But for now, I just want you guys to know that's there and that we picked it up. Going into the cove, always want to bring extra shovels. And I like to bring at least 2 of the items of each item in these long cove runs. I mean, we can even bring more food. As you can see, our gold is steadily rising, which would not be the case if we didn't have the bank. We would be plateaued and just never really making extra money. We can also see we have 10 blood in the bank, which is awesome. That's a good amount. You know, I brought 3 shovels the last time for the siren, and we ended up not having enough shovels. Crazily enough. I'm going to bring 1 extra. And let's embark. So yeah, guys, I wanted to tell you the reason why I didn't have time to re-record yesterday is because I was helping a friend move furniture.
The smell of rotting fish is almost unbearable.
And this friend of mine lives in a 2nd-story apartment that's very old and has very narrow stairs. And this friend of mine also told me that they only needed my help to move 1 sofa, which was not the case. Let's remember to use the antiquarian to open everything. Yeah, which was not the case at all. So, a trampled journal. We fought in the East Gallery, filled with portraits of our ancient lineage, uncaring witnesses to the slaughter. Al-Hazred, the fiery heartbeat of our retinue, wrought keen havoc in our enemy's ranks. I keenly feel his absence, even as I remember voiding myself upon seeing his lifeless body fall, blood pouring from his screaming mouth, some cruel knife having rent his lungs to gore. Yet we were victorious, and thus we press on. So yeah, I was told, hey man, I need your truck. It'd be helpful if you could come in and help me move this 1 sofa. Turns out,
Mechanical hazards
after asking again, it ended
possessed
up
by
being
evil intent.
12 rounds. That's so bad. It ended up being, oh, it's a sofa and a dresser. And then I get over there and it's like 6 dressers, you know, a box spring, a mattress, 2 more mattresses that are 2 like twin size mattresses, a sofa, a giant love seat, like, and we weren't just bringing it from one place to another, we were bringing it from one place to a, like a 3rd-story storage locker inside of like a tiny elevator. It ended up being like this whole big thing, and it was not fun. And it took me basically 2 days of helping them. And I was trying to be a good friend, but I mean, if you're gonna ask your buddies for help, like you got to be upfront with them about what like the job is. Like you can't just be like worried they're gonna be mad at you, so you don't tell them the truth. Like that's not cool. Trying to get rid of the crawl first.
Destroy.
So yeah, guys, I'm exhausted. Basically, I moved a ton of heavy furniture. My friend is not very strong. And I basically had to like almost single-handedly move a ton of heavy furniture back and forth, almost like all the way across the city. 2 nights in a row. So that's been kind of wearing me down.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
We'd love to get the stun here. That's going to knock off the protections. And then now we can go for an uppercut here. And try and get that second stun. Very nice. Go for an attack. We just heal ourselves.
A momentary abatement.
Gives her some buffs. Very little chance we get the heal it, or the stun again, but we did. Wow. Okay. 24 damage. Love the crit. We've got a long way to go in this dungeon. The occultist is really a specialized character. Very good in the cove, where almost everything in here is eldritch. Does this have piercing damage? Okay, time for a big heal. Let's hope to get lucky.
Inspiration.
We had the bleed resist, but we did not land it. Or we did not avoid the bleed from the last time. But we have a couple chances here. Let's hope we don't add any stacks of bleed. We did. Okay. Well, big bleed there. We could probably kill this dude here. Yeah, let's just get rid of him.
Give them no quarter.
And we get our shovel back, which is great. You know, we've got an extra bandage. That was a lot of bleed. Let's just get rid of it. Nice, another torch. Very good pickup. And we're going to get some more scouting. Let's hope to find a secret room. Wow, this is a huge scout. Okay. Well, I'm trying to plan our route. Go this way, down, this way, this way. This place is huge. We're gonna make a fortune off this run, y'all. Shovel time. We'll use that.
The light, the promise of safety.
What do we toss? Okay, we have these journal pages. Great. Get rid of that for some busts. And all we have to do is explore rooms. We can really take our time and be careful. Give me those heirlooms. We're going to keep our torchlight high. And there we go, another instance where we need to use a shovel. And if we want anyone to take stress, it's definitely Brett. He has his own self-stress heal. Ugh, that's gross. That's gross considering how heavy her protection and her dodge are. Let's raise our dodge here. Should have done this last battle for sure. No, let's vomit. Stronger hit there might have gotten us the kill. Probably should have gone for the other attack on the guy in the second spot. I don't mind that at all. I would rather them heal than do just about anything else. He took the blight. And we'll go up to a bonus 10 dodge, which means she has a bonus 20 dodge thanks to Bag of Marbles. Honestly, nobody should be hitting me right now. Our dodge is enormous. He had 27 dodge. She has 43. Go for the stun. Damn. causing so much bleed. Alright, this guy's gotta go. What kind of poison? Alright, he's dead. Now we've got 2 stacks of blight on him, essentially.
The slow death.
The stacking of the bleed resistance is a pretty nice little unforeseen combo. For the stun, nice. With weird reconstruction. You know, kind of buffing your guy's bleed resistance before you try and heal them.
Compassion is a rarity in the fever pitch of battle.
So now we just have to worry about healing one character. We've still got bonus 5 dodge. Alright. Get him out of here.
Formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Stacking blight on him. 9 damage is absolutely huge. No more bleed, please. And we get a max heal. Okay, at least he resisted that bleed. And whatever stress we get, I'm not that worried about, simply because we will be able to shake it off.
Nice.
We'll be able to shake it off whenever we get a chance to camp.
Destroyed.
That's a pretty good haul.
Horrors. Brought low
We want the
and driven
deeds.
into the mud.
Jade and Citrine would be nice to pick up. Get rid of that. Take those. And then I guess we can use holy water. It's not the most valuable item in this place. Definitely that honor goes to medicinal herbs. And shovels. Alright, good pickup. And we'll head this way. Man, more shovel usage. We only have one of those left. Glad we brought an extra. We're gonna go up, this way, and then back. I want to hit every hallway because I have an antiquarian and I want to, you know, open up every curio I can. But we're gonna have to see how that works in conjunction with how damaged we are and when we feel like we need to camp. Alright, best target. He needs to kind of heal anyway, so it's not a big deal. Don't land the stun. Oh wait, that one's a bleed.
The blood
Buff up,
quickens.
and we'll try. Does this have any pierce at all? It doesn't, but it does bonus damage versus human, of which we have none.
Executed with impunity.
Awesome. Random crits are going to really help us with our stress levels. Got a debuff there. Minus dodge and speed. That's awful. Alright, this dude is dead. Focus a bit on trying to heal. He's got 50% stun resist, but if we stun him, we get an extra turn of self-healing. go. She's back up to full.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
We'll heal Jake. Fortunately, we applied bleed, so that ends up being kind of a negative. No way in hell we land the stun again. It's up to 100%.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of
That's a pretty weak heal. And by increasing his resistance to bleed, hopefully that helps him out whenever we use weird construction on him. Ha, wow. That's what I'm talking about. And then let's see if he can just finish this for us. With the huge 75% protection that only a sea maggot has. And a dodge there is excellent. Let's just get the kill.
Impressive.
Perfect. All according to plan.
As victories
And I feel like we need to make room
so
for
too
blood.
will resistance.
Anti-venom's not the most valuable, but I hesitate to get rid of that over something like Jade, which is just, you know, kind of weak money. So we'll toss that. With my luck, we'll see like 1,000,000 Jade now. And we could have had a huge stack. Wow, check this out. Okay, we've got 5 anti-venoms. I do want to pick up emeralds, though. Emeralds, 750 apiece. And we're going to toss something for that. I think it's going to be these anti-venoms. Let's keep going.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Another scout. A map? Okay. That's going to scout out the rest of the dungeon for us, or at least as far away as it can. Alright, first hunger check. Don't really hate to see that. We might start letting the torchlight go down, just so that way when we camp we can get a little more benefit. We can go for the pull here. But I don't want to pass up the good AoE damage. We get a double crit. That's awesome. And he gets an increase to his healing skills after doing that. Get the kill. One brawler down. Oh, we can't hit the back line? I thought for sure we could. Well, if that's the case, let's increase our dodge. Stun the fish man. Pelagic grouper. Trying to think about where we'll camp. Because I'm debating whether or not we should go down this hall. We should at least go down to this curio and see what it is. And then we can always back out. Or just, I mean, actually disable the trap. We should have some good trap disabling on this team. So that's essentially like free stress relief if you do it correctly. Oh, we missed. Okay. Well, let's go for what should be sure things. We could have pulled her forward. We have multiple ways to pull someone forward in this build, which is kind of cool. Really didn't want her to go 3 times this battle. That's why I tried to pull her forward. Try again. There we go. That also clears corpses. A nice side benefit that sometimes is easily forgotten. Down she goes. And nice, I'm really glad we made room for that
Seize
blood
this
now.
momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Man, we want those heirlooms. Let's camp.
A
We'll
moment
camp.
of respite.
We'll pick that up.
A chance to steel oneself against the coming horror.
We'll take some of the stress relief. We still have enough food for 2 more food checks. Or hunger checks, rather. We take damage, but we... Oh no, this is a damage buff. I thought he had one that reduced everyone's stress, but he took damage. I think that's the leper. Or the flagellant, perhaps? So let's check these out. So scout ahead, get an extra scout chance. I like that. Makes them bigger versus larger enemies. Plan takedown. That's really cool. That's really awesome against bosses. Increases accuracy. We don't have any damage, so we just need to worry about stress relief. And I think we have some pretty excellent stress relieving stuff. Resupply is a really cool ability because it only costs 1. Let's use Curious Incantation, because she does have the highest stress levels. We'll also use Encourage. And I don't feel like gambling. But we do need to use Unspeakable Commune to make sure we don't get ambushed here. Psych up. Yeah, he gets like... Imagine one of your buddies is an abomination, and to psych himself up, he turns into a huge beast and roars. I'm pretty sure your stress level would go up. You'd be like, oh god. What life choices have I made that led me here? Let's try resupply and see what we get. An extra key, that's pretty cool. Let's do it again and see what we get. Yes, that's a good one. And then now we have 4. Nothing really is speaking to me right now. We could just buff our boy here. Yeah, this is how we do it. Accuracy and crit, very good on him. And we'll just... I'd rather have 1 more resupply. Okay, we'll take that. We'll probably end up throwing it away. That's all we have. No way we want to do abandon hope. Let's just rest. With no fear of being, you know, attacked. We are the flame.
As the light gains purchase,
very cool.
Spirits are lifted,
Antiquarian,
and
do your
purpose
thing.
is made clear.
Use our skeleton key.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Another thing we can do, guys, I don't know if this bothers your OCD as much as it does mine sometimes. Check this out. How much better does that feel? We can put the antiquarian stuff up here, the blood perhaps here, and we can just keep all of our supplies together. We can keep our gold together. You know, nice and neat. Let's go this way. Oh, nice, a crate. The crate is empty. That sucks. Who has the highest chance? Looks like it'll almost certainly be Abbott. So that gives him a free 8 stress relief. And we'll just continue on to the end of the corridor to make sure we don't have to walk backwards. Ooh, and a trap again. More free stress relief, I guess. Game's trying to play tricks on me. Torchlight stays high. Don't want any unnecessary stress. We'll come down and see what this is. Alright. Another hunger check. We're good for 1 more.
Finding the
Perfect.
stuff is only the first test.
That's why we do it.
Now it must be carried home.
So we are definitely wasting torchlight by going through... Yeah, let's go this way. By going through the hallways. It's draining our resources a bit.
The path is clear.
But I think we only need to go into 1 or 2 more rooms to finish this. And then after that, whatever we do is just kind of like gravy. We even know that there's no battles coming up. Wow, another hunger check? That sucks. Hopefully we pick up some more food, because I feel like we're definitely going to have another hunger check.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Okay. Well, here we go. Huge stack of gold, and this time we're going to back up. No reason to go down the rest of the hallway. We know there's nothing there. Let's just get to the rooms. Because we are out of torches and out of shovels. I don't remember the interaction with the brackish tide pool. I don't remember if this was holy water, but we definitely don't have any. Or anti-venom. I think it's anti-venom. Because I think every time we come up to this thing, I say it's holy water, but I know it's not. And the only other thing I can think of is that it'd be anti-venom. We could still try it. The water is contaminated. Alright guys, don't try it. And that is spotted fever, so we get reduced blight resistance. That sucks. Not the worst sickness we could have, and it's probably pretty cheap to get rid of. If you're wondering why I'm so keen on checking out these curios, it's because there's one in here that removes quirks for free. Do we do it again? Are we that ridiculous? Let's do it. And this time we get a huge buff. So, I think the chances of getting a buff are better than the chances of getting sick. But we're going to end up very quickly now in a dark dungeon. Yeah, eat nothing.
The
And we all take
requirements of
damage.
survival cannot be met on an empty stomach.
I think we're still fine. We just have to get to this area here. And we're basically done. As long as we don't get another hunger check. Oh, wow. We still managed to surprise them. That's incredibly lucky. We got to get some kills, though.
Precision
Nice.
and power.
That's a good step. That's a good step one. Step two.
Eradicated.
And she's not going to get a kill, so we might as well just increase our dodge. Hopefully we don't get hit. And then we can start maybe getting a bit of healing once we kill one of these guys.
Ears.
Wow.
Blurred vision.
We get a crit.
The end
I'm happy to see that there's a torch right here so we can get some more light. And they're faster than us, so they're getting to go first. Stun.
A devastating blow.
Good, good, good. Put a cut, and we'll try and stun this guy. Perfect. Alright, we'll just be using Basnage to heal now. It's one person at full HP. And since he's still stunned, we'll try and get that damage bonus. And a hit there is a kill, so he never got a chance to attack. That's great. And we can certainly go for the kill, but I think we can also maybe try and get a little bit of extra healing. You know what? I feel like he's going to be the next one in line, so let's just kill him now. Very happy to get another shovel.
But a victory nonetheless. A handsome reward for a task well performed.
We'll burn that, and we'll just eat the food. Because I think we're going to leave after this. You know what? I'm greedy. We're strong enough to fight, for sure. That trap is just
Watch your
maximum
step.
punishment. Almost in pitch blackness.
Secrets and wonders can be
Blackest
found
pitch.
in the most tenebrous corners of this
But we
place.
still get a scout somehow. Oh my god. Do we dare, guys? I think we do. Hubris. We could leave now, rich men. Alright, and at least it's an easy fight. 8 damage. That's huge. Let's finish him. And in the pitch black, the monsters are the ones who are strong, but we get crits. We get crits, they get crits, but we get better loot as well. And on an antiquarian run, that's what it's all about. Okay. Healing instead of increasing our stress is good. And if we land a stun here, we'll feel great. Nice. Get that bonus versus stun. Maybe we can just get this kill right here. Ah. Okay, be faster. Come on. Very good. Look at all these items.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
For gold, well, we can already see what the last thing is, so let's pick up the gold. It's just a torch. But there should be something else in here. Yes. That was worth it, guys. A bunch more gold and more heirlooms, and we're done. That was a long run.
Despite its morbid aspect, this twisted, cavernous maze seems almost traversable.
Look at all the extra gold she got us. Each one of these things is 500. And we're going to be getting almost, I mean, about 4,500 in interest from the bank. Picked up some level 2s. The occultist, of course, did not reach level 2. Gifted. Quite nice. Slugger's okay once he's in his scary form. The yips is bad, though. That's got to go. Can't have reduced accuracy. Missing attacks in this game is death.
To some, a sanguine memory to me.
I'm actually more worried about the yips than I am about his disease. Send him to the cloister. Let's see who we have here. Okay, another Hellion. We have 3 empty spots in our party, and I think we have 1 of everything now. So we can start adding other stuff. But I would prefer it to be higher level stuff. You know, I don't want to pick up a bunch of level 1s that I have to pay for. We need to raise Instructor Mastery and Armor Smithing. So let's raise Armor Smithing.
In the end, every plan relies upon a strong arm and tempered steel.
Look at that cash, guys. Fat cash. And we're just a few portraits away from Instructor Mastery. We're not gonna let that hold us back. We are going to... I don't want to trade busts. I want to hold on to busts. Use a few crests to get 4. There we go. And let's get that skills to rank 3. That's huge. That's going to make us a heck of a lot stronger on our level 3, level 4 people. We're not going to be held back. Man-at-Arms, not very good items. We'll upgrade this one day, guys, and it'll just give us huge options in terms of rare stuff. But by the time we really upgrade this, we'll probably have more items than we know what to do with, and we'll just be selling a ton of them. We've kind of chosen our path in this game, which is to get money. And we are getting money, guys. I mean, it's already happening. We're looking at about 5,500 or so extra gold every week at the moment. And it's just going to keep going up and up. And then soon we'll be able to do whatever we want. And we unlocked another boss for the Cove, the Sodden Crew. This is one of the narrowest items in the game. It gives you increased damage versus the Fanatic, who I pray we don't see for quite some time. And this is great. Mercurial Salve, because the courtyard is such a huge part of this game that we haven't explored yet. But this is awesome to take in there. And we're going to do this, guys. We're going to take on the Swine Prince in this episode. So let's get ready for that. The Swine Prince, I remember this guy. Skibo needs more stress relief. Otherwise, he's really good in this fight. I want to take level 2s, which is what I'm kind of thinking right now. Unfortunately, he, as our other healer, took a lot of stress. We're going to have to bring in Wasset. Brett would be fine in here. Could consider bringing in a Jester, maybe. Behemoth would be great as well. I do want to level these types of characters because I know they're going to be great in the courtyard. You can make a backline Jester. But you have to have the right build around it. They're very resistant to blight, so I don't really want to bring blight-related things in there. I want to bring Skibo. I want to get Skibo up to 3, but that's not necessary. We could bring in Stefan, maybe. Yeah, haven't used him in a while. I think this is a really solid team. We've got redundant healing. We've got really strong single target damage. We've got bleeds. We've got stuns. We've got a little bit of AoE. Not much. Point blank shot is something I like, but only on builds where we're going to be moving around. Okay, let's provision. And let's check out what our new armor upgrades have gotten us. So an extra 5 HP on her, and an extra 5 dodge. That's huge. 5 HP, 5 dodge. 5 HP, 5 dodge. I'm seeing a pattern. Very good. Not so much a giant DPS increase here, but 2 additional speed is nice. He gets 4 HP and 5 dodge. Okay, let's go into our skills. We're going to spend here. This is a boss battle. We're not trying to hold back. 5 bleed over 4 bleed. I mean, of course, that's great. More accuracy, better chance to hit. And sanguinate. He's got such good healing. Some of these abilities are pretty complicated on the flagellant. This heals himself, lowers his speed, his healing received, and the strength of his healing skills. It's just like a really huge heal for him. Reclaim is also another good heal. Let's level that. It's a heal over time, which I think is unique in this game. I don't think there's any other heal over times in this game. And then Insanguinate. We're going to have to test some of this out. Some of this I barely remember what it does. Sometimes reading the description. This is only something you can use when he's below a certain amount of HP. See how much stronger this becomes. It's an extra point of bleed, which is the big thing. And accuracy. Okay. That was all very expensive. I like upgrading Grape Shot. We're going to go for bleed definitely against this boss. Wicked Slice is strong. We're going to want to use that at least. You know what? This could be an excellent point blank. Let's do that. Let's spend some gold here. I think we could do this as a point blank build. Because the flagellant is fine in the second position, as you can see. So he's probably good. Man, we spent a ton here. He's probably actually just good to jump around. Let's change out his abilities real quick. We need those. We can get rid of Grape Shot and use Duelist Advance, which gives him Riposte and the ability to push back forward so that he can use Point Blank Shot. I like it. She's fine. Man, we could mark the target. This does extra damage versus mark. Let's do that. And this causes huge bleed to us. This transfers bleed. So like the idea is like you make yourself bleed and then you transfer it. Yeah, I'm not big on that. I think we can kind of stick with what we have here. Okay. And with that, we're good to go. We spent a fortune, but we are good. Yeah, let's embark. We should equip our items. And we have some good ones on the flagellant. Something like that. Free dodge. And ranged accuracy. We can just give her protection. I like that. Some free crit here. All her abilities are ranged, whereas some of his are actually melee. I think this is fine for just a general all-purpose set of items. They're not the most synergistic. We're missing a few pieces. Whoa, let's actually read the description first. A broken adventurer tells of a beast so unspeakable and terrible that the swine folk have made it their lord. Perhaps it is only rumor and shadow, but this threat cannot be left to fester. The Swine Prince. Okay, that's provision. Another long dungeon. Let's just take 2 stacks. We're getting a little spendy. I think we're good. Always got to do a once over because, man, if you forget one item, you just feel so stupid when you go in. Let's embark.
The ways and rituals of blood sacrifice are difficult to master. Those from beyond require a physical vessel if they are to make the crossing into our reality. The timing of the chants is imperative. Without the proper utterances at precise intervals, the process can fail spectacularly. A nameless abomination. A testament to my failures. It must be destroyed.
Yeah. Nobody wants a testament to their failures that literally walks around. So, here we go, guys. Kill the Swine Prince. The story on this thing is pretty sick. As they pretty much all are. So, as I've said before, boss battles, they're going to be the furthest away from you that they possibly can be. So, I'm pretty sure that means he's here. So, we just, I mean, pick a way. This way, or we go some weird, funny angle. Doesn't really matter. Strong party. I have high hopes. And this is a pretty straightforward dungeon layout as well. We know pretty much exactly where we're going. And once we finish...
Fortune. waiting to be spent.
Once we finish our work, we can spend as much time as we want. I'll just toss that. As much time as we want exploring, making extra money. This boss is a very high DPS boss. Yeah, let's just use the guaranteed trap disarm. We also get a plus 10% trap disarm chance from this buckle, which is kind of cool.
A full pack often attracts unwanted attention.
Yeah, we've read all this before. It's Darius's accounts. Nope, no books. Never reading. Can't make me. Wow, we're getting straight to it.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Ooh, we stepped into a trap. Did we not have that scouted? I guess not. Okay. No reason. There's something to be said for camping before every boss battle. Getting as many, camping buffs as possible. For instance, we could do something like clean guns, get some huge DPS on our highwaymen. Prevent nighttime ambush would be relevant. What else do we have here? And cure his own diseases. That's awesome. Or not so much, but I feel like she's going to have some. Man. At some point, we're going to have to get into unlocking camping skills. But we're in good shape, health and stress-wise, so let's just get into this fight.
It is a travesty. A blundering mountain of hatred and rage.
The Swine Prince, guys. Huge HP pool. It does enormous damage. Having AoE healing from the Vestal, I think, is pretty crucial. It has no resistance to bleed or blight, but 100% stun resistance. Look at this guy. A giant pig man with a cleaver and a crown. Its entrails are spilling out. And this is Wilbur. In this one is his ability. He marks a target. So don't ever kill Wilbur. If you guys have ever played Zelda and you attack a chicken, that's what happens if you kill Wilbur. So don't do that. Swine Prince gets pissed off. What we're going to want to do instead is really just focus down the Swine Prince. Stack that bleed, and hitting him there has already helped us out. We can get riposte, which is nice. Set up a point blank shot. And let's mark the target. So now we should do increased damage. Takes extra damage from some hero attacks. We reduce his dodge as well. Like I said, there's no way we're going to stun him. Yeah, I mean, there's just no way. So we can just do some damage, get some free torchlight. Oh my god, we stunned him with 100% stun resistance. That never happens, y'all. The odds of that happening are just unbelievable. And now she's marked. That's pretty bad. Keep stacking that bleed. He's going to low-key do the most damage this battle for sure. Battle Vestal coming in hot. And here we go. Point blank shot. We can't knock him back, but it does huge damage. 15. And then we shuffle back. And now that he's marked, we get extra 70% damage. So the mark stays for 2 rounds. You get 70% damage basically for 2 shots. So sometimes it feels like marking a target is like you're not getting the damage out of it, right? But add up 70% plus 70% and you got 140%. So you're getting an extra like attack and a half off of having a marked target. And then if anyone else also has an ability that deals damage increased on marks, it's worth it, guys, especially on a boss battle. Sometimes it doesn't always feel that way, but it is. Alright, obliterate. 15 damage. That's brutal. But as long as they're spreading it around, it's really not that bad. Let's see how much damage we can get off of this while it's marked. We get plus 35% damage.
Well struck.
Huge crit. Didn't see that coming, did you? Nice.
Blow.
Blood for the burden, bones for the light. Wow. Flagellants, man. Flagellants are the most hardcore characters in this game. And we still have the mark, do huge damage. And that's it.
How many rats will it take to gnaw through a ton of putrid flesh?
That's a good question, Wayne. So look what he does. Yeah, he does like a 4-man stun. Okay, so actually, if you look in my Steam achievements, I think I have the achievement for killing Wilbur first, and then fighting the Swine Prince enraged for the entire battle. It makes it incredibly difficult. Because when he's enraged, he does like a slam attack that hits everyone, and it does massive damage. And he goes, I think he goes twice.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
And we're gonna get some dice. Critical stone. Does anyone not have a second item? I thought I left someone blank. I didn't. Okay. Just pick everything up. Eat some food. And we're done here, y'all. We're gonna continue adventuring because we want to get paid. Happy to get a scout. Alright. Use a torch here. And moonshine was one of those things I tried to interact with last time and ended up not being correct. At least I thought I did. What do we use here? We could try different things. Try an antivenom. No effect. Could try medicinal herbs, maybe? And that gives us 30% damage. Wow, until camp. Alright, so we know that has a positive effect. Maybe there's other positive effects that we don't know about. We know there's treasure here, so let's at least head that way.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Alright, what do we ditch for deeds? What do we ditch for deeds? Man, let's ditch bandages. And you know what? We really should have had him here at the start of the battle so we could always use point blank shot. That's a bit of a mistake on my part. And then we get shuffled anyway. Great. Well, we don't want to move forward because that'll mess up the flagellant. Nice. Get out of here, madman. He resisted the bleed. It's crazy. Another disease, vampiric spirits. Definitely want to get the stun there because we don't want our musketeer taking unnecessary damage. Oh, we could have moved her twice. Always forget, some characters have increased movement. No disease, come on. Ow. Yeah, she should be back there. Let's go for an AoE heal. Kind of top everyone off a little bit, and then we can start focus healing her.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Dodge it. Dang. At least we resisted the bleed. I'm cool with that. Alright.
destroyed.
Gotta love highwaymen. They're just extremely consistent, with very few negatives. Would have been nice to get her heal off first, to get that bonus to healing. And this thing is dead. Hopefully we get to go first. Let's go for another party heal.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. This expedition at least promises success.
Dang. We know we're about to use the medicinal herbs here, so it would have been great if we could have gotten rid of that first. But let's drop the anti-venom, I guess. Herbs on the makeshift dining table.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
We'll just treat this as a free heal. Drop the food, and then pick the herbs back up. Wow, lots of curios. Okay. No, we have the holy water. What is... Man. I don't even remember the last time I've been able to interact with that appropriately. And then here you have to have bandages, which we don't have. Dang. We still have a chance to get stuff, and I feel like punishing her. Like, seriously. Guys, stop touching my stuff. Just go right back. Let the torchlight fade, because I think we're going to use the camp soon. And we can get a bunch of free torchlight. Our best bet to get reliable treasure is just to take these battles. Alright, a treasure chest.
Precision and power. A brilliant confluence of skill
Extra
and
bleed
purpose.
chance. Very good. Make sure he doesn't get a chance to do any kind of weird stress stuff to us. And this thing is dead next turn, thanks to the 4 bleed. We've got so many diseases from this place. Nice. Here we can use buckshot to get the kill.
Formation is broken.
Do a little extra damage.
Maintain the offensive.
She has syphilis now? I'm so sorry.
Executed with impunity.
2 of them are dead. Nice. Crit heals feel the best. Maybe a stun here? Nope. Resisted.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. As the fiend falls,
This team is working.
faint hope blossoms.
This is all proving to be very worth it.
Victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Let's camp, eat our food, and pick up our heirlooms. Let's prevent the nighttime ambush. And also gives us the added benefit of making sure that we can surprise people and they can't surprise us. Very strong. Let's pray. Get some protection buffs, reduce some stress. We don't need to heal. We're almost at flawless. Let's just take this. Give huge damage to him. And rest.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
The way is lit. The accuracy stone. Okay, we have something very similar to this already. It's kind of weird. But double citrine is cool. That'll go nicely into our stack. Like I said, guys, I'm tempted to take these battles just because they're free loot. And this is a surprisingly easy one, especially if we get the surprise. This guy's dead.
Be
Nice.
gone, fiend.
Be gone. They're all dead. Just get ourselves some free
Continue the
torchlight.
onslaught. Destroy.
Oh, he
them
didn't bleed.
all.
Oh, my bad. We shouldn't even had a chance to take a hit from this dude. Misplay.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
The important thing about misplaying in games is noticing when it happens. If you make a lot of mistakes and you can't own up to it, or you just don't notice when it happens, that's when you're not really getting better at a game. When I make a mistake, I try to at least either admit it and then try and fix it for the next time. Lots of curios there. Let's take this battle. Really surprised that we didn't surprise them with the high torchlight plus this buff. A buckshot here will kill him. Nice, even puts him in the front line.
Inches.
The bleed should take care of him. And now we've just got the brawler. Fortunately, we cannot point blank shot anyone except someone in the front row.
Slowly.
That's two dead.
Gently. This is how a life is taken.
We'll get the kill instead of letting the bleed do it, because we do want the potential for the stress relief.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
And those were awesome pickups because they slotted nicely into our gems and the deeds. We have a lot of extra food for hunger checks. We've got a lot of extra torches. We definitely want to keep making the most of this. We want our packs to be completely filled with treasure by the time we get out. We have no bandages. You know what? I think we got something last time.
The match is struck. A
That's what you
blazing
get,
star
Daryl.
is born.
So now stop touching those things. Alright, so let's use Rain of Sorrows here. And let's use this here. This should be a kill.
Obliterated.
No diseases, come on. Prevent the stress. Let the bleed do an extra tick of damage. And here, I think we can just... Let's just get rid of this guy. This is done. I guess this is fine. That's a guaranteed kill now. That's a guaranteed kill as well.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
And I'm a little aggravated that we don't have any holy water for this. You gotta have holy water or else you should never interact with this thing. It's called the Eldritch Altar. Yeah. And you gotta have holy water. If you have holy water and you splash it on here, you remove a negative quirk. But without it, I think something just bad happens to you. Let's go this way. We'll ignore this hallway. Oh my god, a Shambler. Whew. Last time we fought the Shambler, we got an ancestral item. And this is a good crew to do it with, guys. We could get a first turn point blank shot. If it sounds like I'm stretching, I am. I'm incredibly sore and stressed out. Ugh, a Shambler battle and a boss battle in the same run. That's balls. Super balls. Okay. We're good. We're low stress. We've got multiple forms of healing. Let's do it. We even have torchlight to bounce back. Ugh. Let's do it, guys. Let's take the plunge. This is a strong group. Alright, not the worst shuffle. He's pretty weak to bleed if we can land him. 15 damage on the first shot. Love it. He is, however, highly resistant to being stunned, but maybe we get lucky? We did not. Kind of just want to shoot him. Damn. Maybe we should have marked him. But here we go. Time for the little babies. And we don't have the best wave clear for these things. We could just continuously use the flagellant to do it. We should have marked him guaranteed. Now this thing is getting buff. Mark him now. That bleed has proven huge.
Grievous injury. Palpable fear.
I'm stressed out. We're doing great and I'm still stressed out. The fact that these things are faster than us is horrible. The bleed guarantees the kill. And now that we've got this thing marked, we'll do extra damage. I'm happy that her attack is ranged and also heals herself. There we go.
Space between worlds is no place for
Still gotta
mortal
beat
man.
his little sycophants. Bleed is the best way to do it. Yeah, but their dodge is gonna get big. Their protection is gonna get big. There we go. Let's go for the bleed chance. %50 damage. Gross. Nice. Alright guys, we did it with very minimal ill effects. And this time we got the Ancestor's Tentacle Idol.
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Oh my god. Jesus.
In radiance, may we find victory.
Jesus, Jesus. We could just leave now, instead of going into another battle. But, I'm a glutton for punishment and for treasure. Alright, dodges all around, I guess. Get rid of him before he gets a chance to attack.
Back to the pit.
Back to the pit. I feel like that's something a flagellant would never say. I feel faint.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
So here I think we eat this food. And we could, I think we should probably just leave. Our packs are full. Yeah, we're good. Anything further than this is just purest greed. Let's go. Another Shambler falls. And to do it after taking on a boss, that's awesome. We're making some great progress, guys. We picked up 3 diseases, though. We got scurvy and tapeworm. Tapeworm is rough, too. We're going to have to remove those instantly. And our other Vestal is now level 4. We may want to pick up a 3rd Vestal if we see one.
To some, a sanguine memory to me.
We do, but I'd rather get a level 1 if I can. I know it's kind of being a little greedy. What I really want is another blueprint so we can make the Sanguine Vintners as soon as possible. We don't have the bus for it yet, but it'll be there. It'll be there before we know it. I could take a level 1 Vestal. We've still got some level 1s and 2s. You know what? Let's do it.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
That's the only character type that I take at least 3 of in my playthroughs, because you gotta have a healer. And I love using the occultist, but they're very unreliable. And you can even use the flagellant as a healer if you build him right. But once again, just a little bit less unreliable. If no one ever targets him, he doesn't get hurt. And the Vestal is just on-demand healing. But let's unequip all trinkets and see what our collection looks like now. 2 Ancestrals. These are not the best Ancestrals by any means. These are probably the 2 worst ones for utility fighting. There are ones that do incredible damage that we would have loved to pick up. I think the Pin is one, and so is the Flintlock. Those would have been amazing Ancestrals to pick up. These, however, have their place. I mean, a plus 20% virtue chance. Thought we had something else that had huge, like, virtue chance. So, like this here, if we were trying to, like, stress the hell out our Crusader and make him virtuous, giving him plus 35% virtue chance would be a good way to do it. But this also reduces his stress, so it's like, it would just never happen. I don't know. These are weird. Plus we give him plus 20% death blow resist. I don't know of any, like, near-death Crusader builds to do. But anyway, guys, getting the Mercurial Salve is great versus Bloodsuckers, which is a whole new unit type that we'll face when we go into the courtyard, which we might do next episode. Actually, maybe not. Let's see what's out there. I like to do all of the apprentice level bosses before going into the courtyard, because once you go in, that's it. Next thing you know, you're dealing with just tons and tons of infected people, and you get kind of overwhelmed. And also, I'm seeing here that the Book of Sanity is the item for taking out the Sodden crew, and that is a great item. Just pure, straight up, minus 20% stress. So you pair that with Barristan's Head, and then basically you just have plus 25% protection on a unit. That type of thing is something that I love to take advantage of. Or you just put that with, like, the Martyr Seal, and you've got someone who's got these big resistances and bonuses at Death's Door with reduced stress and increased HP. So this is just a straight upgrade item, and it feels pretty good to be picking that up. The dice were also a pretty nice pickup as well for our Jester. I don't think I talked about them, but 7% crit is great. And then, of course, we don't need these critical stones. We'll just sell these. And the move stone is pretty worthless. just an increased chance to not move. And then this accuracy thing is kind of the same as the archer's ring, except it applies to everyone. It's probably better than the archer's ring, simply because it's less narrow. You could put it on any character and have that increased accuracy. You know what, let's get rid of the archer's ring. It sells for quite a bit, and if we find ourselves... If we find ourselves in need of accuracy, we'll just keep this item around. Anything else we can sell? Nothing that I see. But we do have diseases. That's not what I meant to click on. Sanitarium. That we need to get rid of. Scurvy. Tapeworm and syphilis. Syphilis is like the worst. Check out the debuffs on that. Accuracy, damage, and HP. Let's help her out. And I guess we'll get rid of scurvy as well. He's got faded, and gifted, and daredevil. Man, I want to lock in faded so bad. But he's not in danger of having it pushed out yet. We just need to stay on top of that. I feel like there's something else we can do here. While we're all here for today's episode. Anyone that's high level that we know we're not going to be taking. No, we want to leave her out because we want her to get some free stress relief. Xenophon, what do you have, buddy? Look how expensive this is. We could lower the cost. We're going to hold off on that, though. I'll figure it out, guys. You know what? It's been a long episode. My brain is feeling a little bit fried. And I think we accomplished a lot. But something I wanted to say before I go real quick, it's YouTube related. There's been some issues lately, I think, with the uploads. It's kind of a weird issue. I think what's going on is that YouTube is perhaps doing some sort of behind-the-scenes update. And it was doing it on a day when I uploaded several videos. And some of them, I don't know if they rendered poorly or if they're just having poor effects for some people. Or if some people are just experiencing the negative effects of sometimes having an update. I don't know. But I'm sorry for those of you who are experiencing issues with that. Hopefully that's something that gets fixed. Hopefully it's something that doesn't affect today's uploads. Yeah, I don't know what to say other than that, but for the most part, they're all working well for me, but it did look like some of my videos had been like re-uploaded, which is not something that I had done. I was seeing on some of my videos I had like 0 views, for instance, on videos that I know that I had uploaded that I had 100 or 200 views or whatever, and so it kind of freaked me out too, and I know some of the comments weren't going through quickly, things like that. So it's a problem that a lot of people are experiencing, so if you're experiencing that as well, don't freak out. It'll probably be over soon, or YouTube will be fixing it, and that it's not just probably on your end, it's probably everyone who's experiencing those issues as well. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Goodtalk Gaming, and give me 1 second. Let me grab this this knock knock joke book so that we can do it up, and I can leave you guys shaking your heads laughing. Okay, knock knock. Who's there? Turnip. Turnip who? Turn up the volume, it's quiet in here. Alright, y'all. Alright, y'all. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.